task 3 tells us that we can model real-world situations using an equation. The graph below shows the distance d in miles a car traveled over time in hours. So remember, this is the one going across is our x. They're using t for time or hours, but it's our x variable. This is our independent one. This is what they get to choose, is how much time they spent in the car. And then d, our distance, is our y variable. This is our dependent. So the miles they travel depends on the time they rode in the car. So this is our answer here. So whatever we do here gives us our answer of y. So let's take a look at this graph. So it looks like if they spent 1 hour in the car, they went 50 miles. So let's go ahead and list all of these ordered pairs here. So the first one is 1 hour, 50 miles. So see if you can finish listing the other 3 ordered pairs that are given here. So next we have over 2, and now they've gone 100 miles. Then we went, 3 hours is 150 miles. And then 4 hours is 200. So we always use that x across, then go up, is 200 here. So what kind of patterns are you noticing here? So some things I notice is every time I drive 1 hour, it takes me 50 miles, right? 1 hour, 50 miles. 1 more hour, 50 miles. 1 more hour, 50 miles. 1 more hour, 50 miles. You see how these triangles are all exactly the same? That's telling me that it's a constant rate. They're doing the same thing over and over. Same thing over and over. They're driving 1 hour, 50 miles. 1 hour, 50 miles. So this unit rate triangle can prove that it is a constant rate. So I know, right, every time it goes over 1, it goes up 50. Over 1, up 50. So let's write an equation for that. So, right, every time we have our time, we go 50 miles is our unit rate. 1 hour is 50 miles. And we'll multiply that by the time we choose to spend in the car. Will tell us the distance we want to spend, right? I have 1 hour is 50 miles. I want to see if I spend 2 hours in the car, 50 times 2 is 100. 2 hours, 100. So that fits my graph here. So I think the hardest part sometimes is deciding what is this number going to be? And I can see, right, every time we did 1, the unit is 50. If it helps you to write this out in a chart, 1 to 50, 2 to 100, write it out in a table, 3 to 150. Ask yourself, how did I get from X to Y? I had to times by 50. How did I get from 2 to 100? Times by 50. So every time, what am I doing? Timesing by 50 to the X, or in this case, the T for time, equals the Y, in this case, is D for distance. So this number here, this constant, comes from this pattern. What are you doing to get from X to Y? So go ahead and complete task